The following program is a Nighthawk Network presentation.
All right, good people. We having some technical difficulties today, but rest assured, this is the show we call Rumble Time. And without further ado, we will give you the host of Rumble Time. That would be Queen G.
Hello, everybody. Hello, my little gems. How you doing this evening, boy? The shows they actually have been pretty good. So let's jump on. Let's jump on into it. SmackDown. We're gonna kick off with SmackDown, and now I will say this: I ain't got no defense on this one. So let me tell you what happened. Okay, show opens up. We got Charlotte, and we got Bliss, and we got Rhea, and we got Io. And Bliss is doing her thing. She said, as soon as you said, telling Rhea, as soon as you said War Games, we was in. And she was just going. She was like, yes, I'm ready to fight because I don't appreciate them knocking me down like I'm just some kind of rag doll. And Charlotte said, um, yeah, I can't do this. I don't. It's just too much history between me and Rhea. I do not trust her, and yeah, I can't. You my. She tells Alexa, you my friend, but I just can't. Yeah, I can't. I can't do it. I can't do it. And she gets out the ring. Now, what made me say this? When I had one little person across the table looking me dead in my face, and the other one sitting right beside me, I don't know. But I said, well, by which, and it wasn't which what I said. You can just imagine what I said. As soon as it came out of my mouth, I said, oh, the little one said, get her. I said, what kind of crap is that? How you gonna tell your brother to get what? And he said, give me your hand. I have to pop you. I done told you about cussing. So it wasn't nothing I could say or do. So yeah, that was on me, y'all. So I'm like, well, that was kind of rude. So I'm thinking, okay, Charlotte's out the game. I'm like, you pick a fine time to get all up in your feelings and decide, hey, I don't want to be a part of this because I got a problem with Rhea. Well, last time I checked, you started it with Rhea. So hey, but we gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk about it. Just hold on, y'all. Just hold on, cause it gets better. It gonna get better. Now, um, we had the Dragonall, as you know, is the United States champion. If you didn't know, he took that title off of Sami Zayn. He, had been out for a year with an injury. He came back, answered the challenge, beat Sami Zayn, and now he's the champion. Well, don't nobody really want to face Dragonall because he's so intense in the ring. And they was like, you got to get mentally prepared to step in the ring with him. And then you you got to have time to be able to recuperate from after being in the ring with him. It ain't no joke going up against him. I saw his workout. I saw him a video of him working out, and I was like, nah, I'd have to have a baseball bat for you, buddy. Because yeah, I'm like, is you supposed to do that? Okay, whatever floats your boat. But honey, he ain't no joke. So it ain't too many people running to want to face him. Now, Sami Zayn and Solo was in the ring yapping at each other. I zoned out because I didn't want to hear what Sammy had to say. Because, Sammy was the one that called him out there. And I was like, do not be writing checks that your behind cannot cash. Well, he had backup. So I give him credit. He had sense enough to have backup. So now, this Friday, which I'm looking forward to, this Friday, it's going to be the traditional Survivor Series match. It's going to be Solo with Ray Phoenix and MMG and Nakamura facing Solo, Tala, uh, Tonga, Loa, and JC. Because I ain't got time to be saying all them daggone names.
Well, you already know they call themselves MFT. I
Yeah,
call them the mother oop tree.
that's what I'm saying. Cause yeah,
The mother oops.
because I'm like, and I understand the whole paint thing was some stuff that they did back in when they was in Japan and everything, which I gotta find out the whole history behind that and stuff. But but JC looked like, even though he switched it up, he still looks like a big panda bear. Even though he changed his paint a little bit, he still looked like a big panda bear. And I'm sorry. I mean, I don't mean pick at the dude, but I'm like, dude, that's not. Oh, excuse me,
I
y'all.
mean, it definitely don't help that that brother shaped like that.
It
He's
really
shaped
don't,
like a panda bear, for
cause he
real.
really is. It's like, dude, this is not a good look for you. But I ain't got nothing to do with that. He don't. Yeah, he keep doing it, so we gonna keep picking at him. But anyway, so now Cody ended up with a match with 2 tons of fun. If y'all don't know who 2 tons of fun is, that is Bronson Reed. I call him 2 tons of fun. If you get it, you get it. Now, I don't know why people thought this was going to actually be a match. Now, if I was Bronson, I'd be a little ticked off. But of course, Paul and Breaker had to interfere. And I'd have been like, wait a minute. Y'all just messed up my chance of being champion. I could have beat him. But, I ain't got nothing to do with that. That's between them. Well, when Nick told Paul Heyman he could get anybody he wanted, whatever, for his little war game team, yeah, Paul decided to push the envelope. Now, Paul needs to stop playing with Nick Aldis. You can play with Adam Pearce all you want because Adam ain't gonna do nothing. This, y'all, Oswald decided, and shout out to Braun Strowman for that because yeah, he decided to nickname him that. But yes. Um and I'm using it. I appreciate you, uh Braun. Um yeah, he decided he was gonna recruit Drew McIntyre. When Drew McIntyre hit that Claymore on my boy, on Cody, yeah, please tell me why before I blinked and Nick was down there in Paul's face, I for a minute thought Paul was finna go to the upper room because I thought Nick was finna go to that behind. Nick went off. He went off on him. He went off. And, you know, they laid out everybody. But wait a minute, let me back up because let me throw this in. I missed something. Jimmy showed up and he had said that yeah, he told Cody, yeah, I called Punk. I tried to call Punk or something about calling Punk or something. I kind of was on it in and out. because I had little people here and I wanted to cuss, and I was trying to watch my mouth. So so I was in fear. Um and Jimmy had said, you got me. I'm on the team. I got your back. And did anybody pay attention at how my boy was looking? Jay was side eyeing the crap out of Jimmy. I didn't like that look. I didn't like how he was looking. I'm like, something up with this. This ain't good. I don't know about this. Because y'all, that was he was side eyeing the crap out of his bro. I'm telling y'all, go look at it. Go look at it. And you'll see what I am talking about. Now, I was scrolling through the book, and I came across this. Somebody had posted this and it was funny to me. It's something memes, but it says, Jimmy Uso said he called Punk to get on the War Games team. Jay looking at him like, MF, I already told you I'm turning heel that day. Secret heel Cody looking at him like, you called effing who? How many times I gotta say I'm QB1? Roman watching from home, like, not if I want that spot. And then it ends with, if Jimmy ends up through a windshield on Raw tomorrow, all of these are the reasons why. And there's a picture of when the Jade went through that, on that car in the windshield. Yeah, it's that picture. It's that picture. I was in tears laughing. I was in tears laughing because I'm like, because I'm telling you, go back and look at how Jay was looking at Jimmy. He was looking at him like, you pissing me off. That's the kind of look he had on his face. But I'm just saying, he didn't jump on his brother or nothing Monday, but thank God. But anyway, okay. So that was SmackDown. Okay. Now, let's take a moment, and we got to send some prayers and condolences and everything. Now, Mike Rotundo is in a he's recovering in a rehab center after suffering a massive heart attack in September. Um, at first it was said he was in hospice, and I was like, Lord, don't tell me he's in hospice. Now, anybody that don't know who Mike Rotundo is, let me inform you. He's also known as IRS from his WWF days. And he's also the father of Bray Wyatt and Uncle Howdy. So we sending up prayers for him. On November the 16th, at the age of 95 years old, announcer Bob Caudle passed away. Um, he was announcer for NWA, the Jim Crockett promotion, and the Mid Atlantic Wrestling. Um,
Now hold on, Queen. We got to
yeah.
educate the people about the Mid Atlantic of wrestling because
Hmm.
that was a very key wrestling promotion group.
Oh yeah. Uh, Mid Atlantic. That's where all our guys came from. That's all your greats came from. Was the Mid Atlantic. I'm gonna have to do a special show just because we are losing so many of our legends. I'm gonna do. I'm glad you said something about that. I'm gonna have to do a show just about the different promotions. The
I mean,
Mid
because
Atlantic.
yeah, I mean, because for people that don't know,
Don't go ahead. Go ahead. E.
no, it's just a lot of different promotions that eventually made the WWE what it was. Mid
What it?
Atlantic was definitely a big one. Ohio
Mm-hmm.
Valley also a big one.
Uh
The
huh.
the Texas promotion, a lot of people came from that one.
Yep.
You know, it's definitely something we should educate the people about.
And the Texas was, everybody says Texas is Von Erich. That was Von Erich territory. That was WCCW. That was World Class Championship Wrestling. If you did not know, now you know. Um, but that's where all the great, especially Mid Atlantic, that's where Ric Flair. That's where we got our Ric Flairs, our Harley Races, our Dusty Rose, um, our Rufus R. Freight Train Jones. If you don't know, you gon' know, cause I'm getting ready to start talking about our old school wrestlers, the ones that paved the way for the guys that we have today. These old school wrestlers, Lord have mercy. Thunderbolt Patterson. Thunderbolt Patterson got inducted into the Hall of Fame. Not last year, year before last. He went into the Hall of Fame, and honey, when Thunderbolt cut a promo, even Cody said Dusty stole a lot of his style from Thunderbolt. When Thunderbolt cut a promo, it was like he preached yo eulogy. He just went ahead and told you what he was gonna do to you and preached your eulogy all in one, and then sent condolences to the family. We gonna start talking about them old them shoot them old school legends, because it's, honey, those are the ones that, when we say these, a lot of these guys cannot touch the OGs, and you're gonna understand why. Because when you hear some of these guys on the mic, you was like, oh yeah, if I was you, I would not get in that ring. And then when they had managers, you know, before you had yo Paul Heyman, there was Gary Hart. Gary Hart was a man. When he told you, my man, Abdullah the Butcher, my man, the Great Muda, is going to do X, Y, and Z to you, you be like, I don't know if I really want this paycheck. And then they be like, well, ain't you got to pay your light bill? I got candles. Because he was so convincing that you was not going to make it out that match, that it made you rethink your life choices at that point in time. Y'all get ready. Oh, yes. Because that's where it all started. Paul E. Dangerous, him and that brick phone. And I know he must have had a case. He must was buying them phones by the cases, because he had no problem. He would pop a mug up in his head before the Almighty gave the message. And then there was Jim Cornette. Jim Cornette would whack you. He didn't care if you was man, woman, or beast. All right, hey coach. He did not. We're gonna talk about all of them. We're gonna start looking back at the back, because I don't mean no harm. We got some good wrestlers, and then there's some when they open their mouth, you're like, oh Jesus, they're letting them talk. Why are they talking? Oh, please don't talk no more. Just don't say nothing. And you'll see, right. He would be a little bit more intimidating if he could cut a decent promo. But then again, he really didn't have to do it because he had Paul Heyman. And then by the time Paul Heyman got done and he, bouncing around and everything, you know, you'd be like, well, maybe I shouldn't have came out here. But last night we saw something in Lesnar that we don't normally see, and that was daggone fear. And we're gonna jump into that. We're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about that. Now, last on the sick and shut in list, Bianca Belair, she's out with an injury. Well, she, she's training, trying to get better and everything, and she's hurt her finger. Lord, and it looks bad. She, took a picture and post. I'm like, honey, we didn't need to see that. No, I did not need to see that. Um, but so fans want her to hurry up and come back and all this and all of that. And she said, I'll be back when I get back. My health come first. I'm right. That's right, sister. Because if something happens to you, all they're going to do is replace you. Take care of your health. Your health comes first. Take care of your health. Believe me. Take my word for it.
I honestly feel like her main concentration ain't really wrestling right now. She trying to have that baby. Because if you've seen her little thing with her husband, the little real life scenario show, that's
No,
basically what most of it was about.
okay. So we don't know when she gonna get back. She's like, I'll be back when I be back. So you just gonna have to wait and see. Now, let's talk about Raw. Let's talk about Raw. Okay. So, my girl Bliss, she came out there, came out there, she was cutting her promo and everything. And yeah. And she was mad at Charlotte. She's like, you ain't answering my text, the usual. And I know you're here. I know you in New York. I've been seeing your Instagram. And she was like going to the camera. She turned to the camera and like zoom in on me. And she finna say something. And of course, here come the Kabuki Warriors with Thunderdome. Oh, Lord have mercy. Now, Oscar tried to get Bailey for the team. Bailey Bailey said no. Bailey, like, she started laughing. She was like, "You better get on somewhere." No, um, no, better go on now. So they thought Bliss was out there by herself. So here they come. We all four of us gonna jump on poor little Bliss. Not tonight, sister. Here come Rhea. Here come Io. You still got the numbers, and then you got the Thunderdome. Oh, Jesus. Now they just knocking down poor little Bliss. I'm
Now
getting mad.
hold on, Queen. Is that their official name or is that what you named them?
That's what I named them.
You always come up with some good ones.
That's what I named them. So they done knocked little Bliss down. I done got mad. I am cussing, and I can cuss in peace now because I ain't got the little boy's here. I'm yelling, she too little. You can't be knocking her down like that. And then I done cussed out Charlotte for nothing. I owe Charlotte an apology. Because before I knew it, I heard her music. I said, this better not be a trick. I seen Charlotte running down there with a kendo stick. And I think that sister had that sucker specially made. Because that sucker seemed a little bit thicker than what they normally be having up under that ring. And she got to welling on their behinds. She beat them for old and new. Like, yeah, I saw what you did to my girl last week when you jumped on them in the. Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, because I was gone, but I'm here now. So, honey, they cleaned that ring. So she pick up Little Bliss, and I'm like, yeah, pick her up, because they just throwing her around. I'm still mad about them throwing her around like that. So she talking to Alexa, and she's like, I got you, I got you, I got you, I'm here. And then you got Rhea and Io, they back in the ring, and Io, she hugs, Rhea, like, Rhea's good, she's my friend, she's good. I don't know what your problem is with her. You better get over it. So I'm assuming now Charlotte gonna be part of the team.
Now, I actually did see that part of the Raw. When I say Charlotte put that stick to ass
Mhm.
and broke him off a hot 20 piece with that boy
I was so proud of her.
and hit him in all type of places. I
Uh-huh.
know she left some bruises.
She did. She left some
I
bruises.
know wrestling ain't supposed to be real, but yeah, that was
She
a real
left
butt
some.
whooping.
She left some bruises.
No doubt, in some bad places.
The way that
Times,
sucker was connecting.
yeah, because I seen a couple times she hit in the yeah, that part.
Uh-huh. So that just brought joy to my heart. Now, Becky had put her Intercontinental title up against Maxine Dupree. Because in her mind, Maxine was an easy win. See, this is why you don't underestimate people. Now, she thought she was gonna take off that, the little cover on the little turnbuckle and everything. Cause Maxine, I'm gonna give Maxine, I give credit where credit is due. The girl has come a long way. She was holding her own. She was taking it to her. I was impressed. And anybody that says in otherwise, they got a problem with it, I got some place for you to go. And the only reason why I ain't saying it is because I'm trying to be nice, and this is PG. Because yeah, if the little grandkids hear this and they be like, "Didn't we tell you not to say a bad word?" Yeah, I ain't got time. I ain't got time for that. Okay. So, but Maxine was taking it to her. She was not playing. She did not come to play. But yeah, Becky thought she was gonna cheat and everything. And guess who music hit? Next thing I know, I hear AJ. I was like, wait a minute. Is that AJ? She comes skipping down there. Uh-huh. Becky got caught slipping. She got to go. She got caught slipping. Honey, your girl, what was that? She came off that top turnbuckle, did hit that splash, honey, locked that leg, got that covered. I heard 1, 2, 3, and knew. Yes, Maxine Dupree is the new women's intercontinental champion. Yes. Oh, Yeah, I gotta mention this. Last night was John Cena's last night on Raw. That was it. That was his final Raw. And people was just, oh Lord have mercy. People was having meltdowns all over social media. I'm like, if y'all having a meltdown now, what y'all gonna do on the 13th? I'm telling y'all right now, if you have any friends that love wrestling, come December the 13th, you are going to need to check on them. Because if they showed out as bad as they did yesterday about that man's last match on Raw, oh, they gonna have a whole hissy fit. Now, I'm gonna say this, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart. And if we have to tag Triple H, Rock, TKO, whoever in this uh show, whoever we got to tag, we need to tag them. Do not, I repeat, do not cut off John Cena when he gives his speech. I don't care. I didn't care about y'all cutting out Goldberg because I didn't want to hear nothing he had to say. No way. But do not cut out. Don't cut nothing of John's. You owe him that much. I don't care if he gets long witted and emotional. You just run it. You tell NBC they're gonna have to hold up. Don't cut him, cause if you cut him, it's gonna be hell to pay. I'm just telling you now. But he had his final match last night. It was a triple threat match. It was him, Rey Mysterio, and Sheamus against the Judgment Day. He went out with a bang. He got that W, and he went out with a bang. Now, at Survivor Series, he will be putting the Intercontinental title up against Dominic. You know, he brought himself out there and challenged them, so he will be facing him. I hope he does not win. I don't want him to win because I do not like him.
Okay. Now, I got questions.
Yes.
Cause see, this brings up an interesting scenario. Now,
Mm-hmm.
I think up until a couple weeks ago when he actually won the belt, we always thinking, he was just gonna do his last few matches, that was it. But now they done put one of the straps on him.
Mm-hmm.
Now, let's say we get all the way to that last match, and he is
Mm-hmm.
still an Intercontinental champ.
Mm-hmm.
And he goes and messes around and wins said last match. What is the appropriate thing to do at that point? Do they basically say, okay, much like how you plan to do with the world title, you leaving with this boy and make a whole new type of belt? Do they basically leave him with it with the thought process that yeah, at some point he gonna come back for one last match and defend that boy? Do they basically set him up on some Montreal type shit at the
No, I'm hoping they do what they did with Trish Stratus. When she went out as the women's champion. Or
true,
was it the Divas champion at that time?
true.
Whatever the title was at that time, she went out as champion and they just had a tournament, remember?
Yep, you're right.
So I'm hoping that's how they do for John. Because they keep saying the last real champion. So if
Mm-hmm.
you want to keep calling him the last real champion, let him go out as champion. That's my opinion. If they let him go out as champion, I wouldn't even be mad with that. Let him go out and they can just have a tournament and crown a new Intercontinental Champion.
Now, my whole thing is that sounds so much like a good idea, but the WWE being what it is these days, I don't think it's gonna go down like that.
I mean, I wish it would. If Vince was there, it would.
Oh, no doubt, no doubt.
If if Vince was there, it would. And I wish for once they just take a page out of his book and do it just like that. Cause I would love for it to happen like that.
And I myself feel like they doing this tournament for naught, and that his final opponent ain't gonna have nothing to do with whoever win this tournament. That's just my personal opinion.
Well, speaking of the tournament, let me make it quick. Let's go through this tournament, y'all, real quick. Oh, Lord have mercy, bless our hearts. Well, we found out Friday that the mystery person was Zack Ryder. And I was not happy about the outcome of that match. LA Knight got that win.
Mm, mm, mm.
So yeah, I was not happy. Um Now Javon Evans faced Gunther. So Gunther made his return. Um Last night. Yeah. Gunther got the win. Solo faced Dolph Ziggler. That's who the mystery opponent was Dolph Ziggler. So Solo got that win. Now we got two more matches coming up Friday. We got 2 Tons of Fun, Bronson Reed, facing Carmelo Hayes. And Carmelo done said, y'all better stop sleeping on me. 50% of y'all already know, and 50% of y'all are doubting. But, okay, keep sleeping on him if you want to. He's not, but we can always have hope. Then we got Penta facing Finn Balor. Yeah, I'm going for Penta, but yeah. So last night we had the return of AJ Lee, Dolph Ziggler. But to close the show, to shut the show down, Heyman had to come out there. You know, Heyman gives Adam and Nick was, in back and they was talking and everything. And Heyman gives them, the little contract thing. And he was like, wait till you see who my final pick is, which I already knew who that was. Wasn't no doubt in my mind who that was. So, he's, talking, Heyman, running off his mouth. He gonna tell Nick, you got anger issues. And I'm like, honey, you think he got anger issues just to think if you was standing next to me. I got anger issues and a cane. Imagine what I could do. So, yeah, you got Heyman down there with Drew, Logan, and the Bronze. And he doing his little spiel, and then Punk's music hit. So we got Punk, we got the Usos, they coming down, through the crowd and everything. And then we got Cody come out, right? So we got a brawl going on. We got a brawl going. Well, the next thing we know, which I knew it was coming. We hear Brock Lesnar's music. I was like, I knew he was coming. We knew he was the fifth member. I don't know who did anybody that thought he was not gonna be on that team. Yeah, you on that stuff. So he come out there, Punk looking horrified, everybody looking horrified. Excuse me. Cause here come Brock Lesnar. He cleaning house and all of this. So he go over there, I guess, to shake Heyman's hand or whatever, how him and Heyman is. And then we hear it. The best sound in the world. Our tribal chief. His music hit. When I say I hollered, it was a good thing I was the only one in this house. Because I lit this sucker up. Brock looked like he has seen a ghost. Oh, don't get scared now. You think you Billy Badass. You want to suplex everybody. You just throwing Cody around like he a rag doll. Like I was like, somebody help Cody before he breaks something on that man he need. Honey, Roman came down there. Brock looking like he don't know what to do. When our tribal chief Superman punched him out that ring. Oh, you talking about somebody that was happy? Oh, I was so happy I didn't know what to do. And then here come 2 tons of fun. I'm like, I can't say what I called him because I done used a couple of cuss words, so I think I done went over my limit. So let me shut it down. Let me shut it down. Let me shut it down now. Cause I better watch myself, cause they can't get in my house and mess around. Be done snuck up on me, be like, "What you say?" And I be done had a whole heart attack over here. Y'all be, yeah, y'all be like, "Yeah, she was cussing." So he thought he was gonna splash, our tribal chief. Roman popped up and Superman punched him. Now I don't know what them little police people was supposed to be doing, but they was not helping the situation at all. Why was Logan Paul back there getting choked out by CM Punk? They ain't paying no attention to Logan Paul at all. CM Punk got the kendo stick, and he is choking this man. I'm like, y'all might want to help him. Now, there is video circulating. They was, after Raw. Yeah. Everybody in the ring, and Punk was saying something, and I was like, if I was you, I'd shut up because you need his assistance. You better be glad he showed up, because if he hadn't showed up, what happened on Friday night was going to happen Monday. So, so be quiet. Just be quiet. And then, you know, Punk stepped up into Roman's face, and I'm like, don't get Superman punched. Don't mess around and you get Superman punched too. Now I don't know what Jimmy was saying. Knowing Jimmy, it was something crazy, and Jay kind of, was tapping his arm like, cut it out, cut it out, cut it out. You know this mug crazy. So I don't know what's going on. We just gonna say a prayer, and that they can work out their issues. Yeah, but um, I think I covered everything for last night because that was, to me the most exciting part, especially when our tribal chief showed up and cleaned house. Yeah, he wasn't talking. Ain't nothing to talk about. Just when he came back, after during the whole plague, and he what was his thing? Wreck everyone and leave. Yeah, he wrecked everyone. He was not playing because I'm telling you, I done seen video of the Usos, 2D, Breaker, um Logan Paul and got kicked all up in his face. I'm like, see, this is what happens when you pick the wrong team, dude. Yeah, I bet your face hurt, don't it? That's what you get. And then um what's that move? Oh God, what is not the crossroads? What is it? The one that Cody does when he bounces off the rope. That's it, the Cody Cutter. He did the Cody Cutter from off of the barricade. He put Drew through the announce table. I said, Drew, get up. Get up, Drew. Can you hear me? Don't let it. I know you hear me. Don't act like you don't hear me. See, this is what you get for running off at the mouth. And now you done joined these damn wits. You know you're gonna lose, right? Did you just give me the middle finger? Let me stop. Let me stop. Let me stop. I ain't got good sense. I ain't got no kind. I ain't got no kind of sense. Whew. But yes, but that made my night. Raw ended. That's how you end the show. Now, before I shut this baby down, um, WWE was being a little bit petty. Um, what's the dude out there on commentary with Wade? Uh, Tuberculosis. That's what we're gonna call him, cause I can't think of his name. So he gonna be tuberculosis. Even though I said he said, and had the cameraman scan the crowd. He said, "Look at this crowd here tonight. It's packed up in here." I'm like, y'all some petty son of a biscuit eaters. Because people have been talking about the prices and talking about low attendance and everything. Like, yeah, we packed out. You see, we got people up in here. I was like, okay, we gonna be petty. All right, all right. Touche, touche. So, so the shows was good. They was awesome. I give them their props. They did their thing. It was wonderful. I enjoyed it. Now, Survivor Series War Game is November the 26th. So, I'm looking forward. The teams are shaping up nicely. We got the men's war game. I almost forgot. Let me get this in here real quick. Um, Rhea, okay, Maxine was, being interviewed in back. AJ was with her, and then they was talking to the announcer, whatever her name is, was talking to AJ, saying, "I hope you stick around," yada yada yada. And I'm like, please stop talking, because she's gonna stick around. Um, and Rhea comes up to her. She said, "You got a moment?" I'd like to talk to you. So I have a very strong feeling that we got our fifth member for the team. And I have a feeling Becky, because Becky was on social media having a whole meltdown and everything. And, it was funny. Um, it was funny. Uh, I'm feeling Becky gonna join the Kabuki Warriors and Thunderdome. So I'm hoping she's ready to lose. I have a feeling that's how that's gonna shape up to be. But as of now, we're looking at, for the men's Survivor Series, we are looking at McIntyre, Paul, the Bronze, and Lesnar going up against Roman, Cody, Punk, and the Usos. And then we will have John Cena, our Intercontinental Champion, facing Dominic Mysterio. So, it's shaping up. All right, y'all. So that's our show for this evening. And I appreciate everybody that has come through and, hung out with us. I appreciate you so very much. And for everybody that will see this, catch the replay. That's what I'm trying to say. That will catch the replay. I appreciate you too. And I will see you on Thursday. Bye.